All right, hello out there, and welcome to the 20th episode of Something Fell, a YouTube show about Dave Sims' Cerebus. Before we get started, Carl, you want to talk about some of your work?
Sure. This is Penny. It's probably the book that I'm most known for. It's about my house cat, Penny, and her being trapped inside my apartment all day. And, it's filled with jokes, like, despite that premise. And it's 150 pages of cat comics. And it was published by Chronicle Books in 2021. It's still available. And then coming in October is Pepper, which is about the other cat. And it's more of an adventure story. Like, Penny realizes that there's been like another cat living here the whole time. And then it becomes like a story of self-discovery. But then Pepper has these magical powers and they travel to some distant lands and then back again and then to more distant lands. And this will be out in October from Toon Books.
Fantastic. All right. For my part, I make a zine about comics called Canon. Issue 7 here features a big interview with Rich Tommaso. If you're interested in this or anything else we put out, it's all at canoncomiczine.com. And one other, what's that, Carl?
Eisner nominated.
That's right, Eisner nominated. Yes, we'll find out later this month who's going to take my Eisner.
You.
And then also we published a comic, Athena's Keep by David Enos. I'm pretty proud of this one. I think we did a pretty nice job on the printing. It's a deluxe mini comic, basically, but
Yes.
Nice cardstock covers, some nice purple ink on the pages.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, we're happy with it. And David Enos is a very particular artist, peculiar maybe would be a good way to put it. And if you're interested in him, I believe he's David Enos Illustration on Instagram. So you can go look and see if his sensibility appeals to you at all. And if you're interested in this, it is not on our website. It is on my Big Cartel store, canonzine.bigcartel.com. So, all right. So let's talk some Cerebus. This is a special issue.
It is. Yeah, very, very meta.
Yes, very much so.
And it sets up a lot of stuff that will happen later.
You're right. I was surprised how much stuff it sets up.
Yeah, me too. It kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple new characters introduced that will last like throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least one that's halfway. But like this cover is like you like wouldn't know it by looking at the cover, but it is kind of unusual. Just all these heads and like why he like I feel like the composition's like a little odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you think?
I mean, I really like the cover. I like the nice solid red, and I just love when he does all the different facial expressions of Cerebus. This almost looks like it's animation guides, character guides. Showing you what he would look like so that animators can then fill in all the spaces. And then he has he's back to his sort of Barry Windsor Smith pre-Raphaelite script for Mind Game.
I think that's got to be like a mechanical type,
Yes.
So
I think you're right.
Look like Druid, but yeah, it's like an Art Nouveau kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go. That's a much more accurate, I'm sure. What about it strikes you as odd?
Just that to like put the lettering on, the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it should have been like 4 rows of heads, and maybe like not even like I don't think he even needed mind game. Like he just
Sure.
had, like this square of like heads. I think that would have been cooler. It like would have been like that. There's like a Norman Rockwell Saturday Evening Post cover called The Gossips, where it's like a similar setup. It's just all these like heads that are like talking to each other, and the one's whispering
That's right.
the other. So that kind of reminds me of that. I mean, maybe I just wish it was more of a nod to that, I guess.
Yeah. One thing I do think is funny is these two on the third and fourth column of Cerebus's on the bottom, that he has lines kind of showing back or shoulder.
Yes.
And he doesn't have anything like that on any of the other heads.
Yeah.
So I did kind of wonder why he chose to do that.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
It could
Maybe it's
like,
go ahead, Carl.
But also like his like shoulder is like red, but like,
yeah,
it should be gray.
Yeah, what I don't know. I know he wanted to probably stick to just heads, but he could have not had the shoulder there at all.
Yeah. All right.
But,
it's one of the many quirks of Davison.
It is, yeah. I like the cover though. I think it's pretty striking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and like you're right. Like that, red is very striking, and again with the primary colors, just having the title in yellow and blue strip, it sticks out, which is the whole point. You want people to pick this up.
Yeah, I mean, on a comic shop shelf, that title would have really popped out. I think you would have seen it. Also, just the fact that this red is an actual red, and I feel like 15 issues ago, the colors on here would have been sort of burnt orange and turquoise. And, I mean, they would have been bright colors, but they wouldn't have been. They'd have been like slightly off-putting colors, as opposed to just going with straight red.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It would have been a weird magenta.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Let's get inside here and see what Denny has to say.
Okay. Note from the publisher. Issue 20 seems to me to be a landmark issue. Dave had been hinting for several months about this issue, so I knew that it would be special in some way. I had never, though, anticipated this. To me, it's the most enjoyable issue to date, although I am aware that I say that often enough on this page. Not much has happened with Dave and I between the last issue and this one, so I haven't much to report on. I did hear that we were missed at Atlanta. I really shouldn't promise people a year in advance that we would be back. So much can happen in a year. So I'd like to tell those of you who were hoping we'd make it that we missed you too, and to regret with a monthly schedule these things do happen. I am hoping that in the future we will be able to organize things better so that we have the time to do these kinds of things. Stuffed toys, as you will see, are being produced again. Please note that the address differs from ours and we are not producing them ourselves. I'd also like to thank everyone who had to wait so long for their Cerebus. Your patience with me was wonderful. You also know why I had to find someone else to do them. Sheila is an ardent Aardvark supporter, so I hope you will enjoy these as much as she does making them. That's about it for this issue. See you all next month. Danny. Yeah, I guess there's not really much in there that's new, I guess, right, except for the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Which, I guess they're just handmade by this one woman, Sheila Watson.
Yeah. And Denny, I'm sure she said before, but I'd forgotten that Denny was making them herself before. So,
right. I guess she needs something while Dave's spending 14 hours in the studio.
That's right.
So that's probably not so much this issue,
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's true.
Okay.
Let's see. This is going to be kind of a funny one to talk about because visually it's kind of the same all the way through.
it's true.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like set up like the two opposing forces like within the world, right? The two philosophies, the Serenists, and then I guess the Calvinists, but it's not explicitly said yet, right?
yeah. Um, are they the same as the illusionists?
I thought so because like in Minds, like Poe kind of or before is it Church and State, like when he joins with Astoria, right? I mean, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anyways,
I don't know
take
how
that.
firm a grip I ever had on any of the cosmology.
Yeah, same.
We'll see how much better. I hopefully going issue by issue it will form a little more fully for me than it was just blowing through phone books, reading them like it's a novel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a little. It was always a little convoluted to me too. So
Yeah. And you mentioned this when we got started about introducing new characters, and I feel like I've said this 10 times already in 20 issues, but it's amazing how many of these things are set up already. Like that
right.
by issue 20, he's setting up these opposing forces that will be in place for, I mean, if not the rest of the series, certainly a couple hundred issues more.
Yep.
And is this the first time Siren is mentioned?
I believe so.
I think so too. So we get this box up here talking about Siren from the new matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in the issue, we'll get Swintus Poe of the Illusionists pops up. I wasn't really sure what this caption here from Enoch Starum, my months as Palnu's Grand Lord. Is it just supposed to be that they are hedonistic and into pleasure, so they're opposed to Sirenists? Is that kind of what the...
Yeah, I think that's the dichotomy he's trying to set up. And like reading it, I mean, okay, so it was written in September 1980. So I feel like this is a 24-year-old's like critique of like what was going on in like the culture at this point, where like the Serenists or Sirenists, like represent, I guess like the conservative values, but like, flipped to, that it's like a matriarchy.
Yes.
And, Poe and this, Palnu's Grand Lord are, the like hedonist, like, hippies. It's like the counterculture.
Yeah.
So, I think that's kind of the gist, and then like Cerebus is supposed to be like the everyman, sort of like playing both sides, trying to get some both sides.
Yeah, that's a really good observation. I hadn't even thought about the time and place, but you're right. The 70s are over, and pretty soon Reagan is about to be elected. I don't know when
already elected, and like
Thatcher,
and like she was a big inspiration for the Serenists, right? Because like there is a Thatcher character later on. So
that's right. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, the hedonism of the 70s is about to kind of, I mean, it's going to take a different form. It's just going to all be based around greed and consumption, but it's the religious right is about to come in full force with Reagan and all these guys.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's I always think of Dave Sim as being sort of out of his time, but that's not true, right? He's maybe more in his time than just about any other cartoonist.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, certainly up until the early 90s,
yeah,
he was more or less on the on the right side, I should say.
That's right. Yeah. It's funny. I always think of him as being, I guess, in the moment when it comes to his parodies and commenting on the comics industry and what's going on. But yeah, no, as you point out, now he's living in our society and commenting on that stuff too.
Right.
I didn't read Cerebus until the mid to late 90s. So by then it's already divorced so much from the original context. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, same. I mean, that's, well, it's a good thing we're, sensitive boys that can appreciate things.
That's
By
right. All right. Well, so yeah, this issue is called Mind Game. And the whole issue is going to take place in this sort of dream state that Cerebus is in. He was drugged in the last issue and passed out.
Right.
And so as he's kind of becoming aware of words being said, it's I guess the woman who poisoned him last issue is named Winda.
Right.
And she is a Cerebus and
seems to be doing some kind of tarot, right? To like,
yeah, he must be ready to read the cards. Pierce his awareness. His awareness has been heightened by the drug. Okay, she's talking to someone named Purse, and her name's Winda. And so they are always represented by this lettering, the starburst kind of lettering.
Right.
And she does comment on him being so unique a creature, which once again they only occasionally does Cerebus get seem to be noticed that he's a 3-foot tall aardvark walking around.
It's true, but then I mean, this seems to be, so like he was like talked about like in their scripture, right? That like there will be an aardvark that'll come along to like lead them or something, right? Like, isn't there like a Jesus element to that?
Yeah. Once again, I can never quite keep track of the various cosmologies of where the aardvarks are predicted or not. Yeah.
So like formally now, it's like this is where the issue gets fun and like kind of crazy. So, like you said, the like dialogue is differentiated by like the word balloons. So the Serenas have the starburst, and then Poe has like the other ones that are more like kind of a jagged balloon with like an outline inside, and Cerebus is just kind of like floating. But there's also this, I guess, curtain. There's like this cross-hatched curtain that's like below the pillows that he's suddenly sitting on. And like that represents Poe. So like when he's inside the curtain, he's talking to Poe, and then when he's in the black void, he's talking to the Serenus.
Yes. Yeah, and so when you first start the issue, it's not confusing, but it's just sort of like, okay, what's going on?
It's confusing.
Yeah, exactly. About a third of the way through, I started to really enjoy it.
Same. Yeah, it like took me about 5 issues to like get it, and then I went back and like read it again. Like once I realized like, because there is no flow to it. It like, you have to read, like each, like, when he's in this like crosshatched section, like, separate from the void section. So like it doesn't have like the traditional right to left, like reading pacing. So he's like really like playing with like the form, like in a way that I hadn't seen before.
No, yeah, this is we'll at the end we'll see. Luckily, there's a slide on this issue. We'll see the reveal of how the whole thing adds up. But like this is the most formally, risky, inventive. I mean, it's the farthest he's pushed anything like this.
Yeah.
And must have. I mean, I guess we'll talk about that at the end about how much people may have known how it added up, but yeah, really ballsy for him to do at his age and this point of the series.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. There's still people who are probably hoping he's getting back to the barbarian stuff, right? And
it's he's like really like embracing, being like an independent comics artist, because you can do whatever you want, and it's really opening him up.
Yeah,
and I would have excelled at a Montessori school.
That's very true. And I don't want to. This is not meant to throw shade on like Wendy Peeney, but like she's his most direct contemporary, right? In terms of like both economically and artistically, like they're sort of moving in the same direction. But she never does anything like this. I mean, ever.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever is this sort of, I don't want to call it avant-garde, but sort of, she never takes a risk quite like this.
Yeah. She's pretty much like a straight ahead cartoonist,
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we'll just flip through a little bit because it's kind of hard to report on all the dialogue, but basically he sort of starts to carry on two different conversations, right? One is with Winda. She's saying you've been selected for initiation into the Sacred Order of the Divine Mother. And basically they're looking for a sign from the Divine Mother. And then on the other side, he's talking with Swintus Poe. And Swintus Poe seems to be on his side, kind of trying to help him out, trying to save him from the Cerebus. But it's unclear whether he has an agenda at all or whether he just happens to be there hanging out. And so it gives Cerebus two sides to play off against each other.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they don't seem as motivated as the Serenus. Like the Serenus seem to want to, keep him trapped, like keep him drugged, and they want to use him as a prop for something. It seems that we don't understand yet.
Yes. And kind of as an extension of the cover, we just get Cerebus in different poses all over the place, right? I mean,
like weird. I mean, it's just weird compositions, the abstraction of just all that cross hatching. It's it doesn't have any real form to it. I mean, it does, but not a realistic form. It's it's just those on the right hand side, the page like that.
Yeah.
It just looks like a couple fat fingers or something. It's just it's I wonder what he's thinking about when he's making that design, and why cut off Cerebus's nose down there at the bottom. And I don't know. That's it's just all these weird little ticks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are like fat fingers. It's also interesting to me, all of these Cerebus poses he's going through. It really is like a style guide. And some of them, I guess he's acting out because he's describing to the Serenus, to know he is a favored child of the all-knowing mother is a reward enow for an earth pig born, so he's sort of play acting that he is going to help deliver their prophecy or whatever. But yeah, it really does seem like an excuse for him to just draw Cerebus in a ton of different poses and expressions.
Yeah, which is what he enjoys doing the most, and the blacks too. Being able to make these weird black shapes.
Yeah.
And is bold on the right hand side page like that. Just having all that empty space at the bottom. It's that seems like a very bold composition.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, the when he's in the crosshatched portion, the shapes seem very abstract and strange. To someone just sitting here and reading it, you would wonder, why the hell are you doing it like that? It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. I feel like when he like goes to later, it's more thoughtful, you know.
Yeah.
And then so like this page turn was very shocking to me.
Yes.
I was not expecting this extreme close up.
The kind of Roy Lichtenstein.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Dots and all.
That's right. Weird page that doesn't make sense when you're just reading the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's another page like it.
I would
really.
love to own a page.
Right?
Because like how big it is too. It's like 10 by 15, So.
Yes. I mean this there's probably not another page in the entirety of Cerebus that's like this blow up page.
Not at all.
Right. So strange.
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, then he gets back to his sort of, it's so funny seeing all these sort of Marvel comics,
Pose. Yeah.
Angst expressions he's got going on, all these poses.
Mm-hmm. Especially the like bottom left one of him.
Yes.
Like pretending to be angry. Or not angry, but just he's talking about being tempted by
That's right.
The hedonists with wine and virgins.
That's right. Yeah, he's trying to convince Winda that he's being tempted by the illusionists and that he's trying to fight his way back to her side so he can help her. Yeah, so he's just acting out all these things that are tempting him. I really like on this right-hand page this sequence of him sinking underwater.
Yeah, that is cool. Very like Looney Tunes as well.
Yes.
But yeah, also just totally like surreal. I mean, because it's like now he's suddenly in water, like he's not just floating in a void. But like he is walking, so like he must be solid. So it's just playing with the I guess the atmosphere, right?
Yeah, it's just it's like you said with Looney Tunes, just cartoon logic,
Cartoon logic. Thank you.
Yeah, and then this next double page spread, he ends up with he's almost exclusively in this crosshatch area. Which must have taken him a lot of damn time to fill all the space in.
Yeah, I know. It almost hurts to look at.
Yes. And so, definitely not trying to cheat anybody here, but basically he's just going back and forth between the Cernus and Swintus Poe. He's trying to set them up to fight each other. He's directing them both sides to go to a certain place so that they can fight. But of course, the illusionists are all sort of hippie wimps, so they just get beat up.
Of course.
That's pretty much all that's happening. It's more poses, but God, these poses are all so great.
They are.
I wonder if he was challenging himself not to repeat himself at all, to have just a different look every single time.
Seems that way. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it's like a great exercise for him, to just like try out like a bunch of different poses and expressions.
Yeah.
Very cool. It is funny, like if you like really just pay attention to Sarah, I mean, especially the like right hand page. If you pay attention to like how he's drawing Cerebus, it's like how his nose like changes. Especially those like, figures, it gets shorter than long. Short again. And like, I guess you can get away with it if like, I mean, I guess that's just like cartooning in general, There's always going to be like a slight variation
Yeah. You're right, though. That's funny noticing that when his ears go back, the snout gets a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the sort of thing he was thinking about all the time, but that none of his readers would ever notice. Just also the story of cartooning, right? Um, so anyway, he's set up this entire diversion, and hasn't really mounted to much. And then, the illusionists are giving up; they're going to run away. And meanwhile, Winda has drugged Cerebus again, which leads to this great sequence here where he just flattens down into the ground.
Yeah. And face turns into a
puddle. Yeah. And so he's still drugged, and we end up with this last page where he's out in the black, and Swintus Poe is trying to talk to him over here, saying Cerebus. And that's the issue.
That is the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the Vest is interesting. I mean, throughout the issue, it just kind of, obviously blends into the background. But, I always like that effect, where it's like, you know it's there. It's like you kind of draw the outline of the vest, like with your brain, even though it just completely blends into the background.
Yeah. Otherwise, it just looks like body parts.
Right.
But yeah, it's sort of the polar opposite of the big face page,
Oh yeah, totally.
It's this little figure enveloped. We get these ads here that are the same ads we've been seeing.
Yep.
We get the Advarkian age.
Yep.
Which we'll skip. And then a pretty light letters page.
Yeah, and Sim again castigating his fans for not writing him. And
That's
then,
right.
Like at the end, I want a ratio of fan mail to bills. I want a ratio of fan mail to bills of at least 3-1.
Yeah. Good luck with that, Dave.
Also, be careful what you wish for.
That's right. Yeah, so, and he also he at one point kind of says it's another plea to, if you have a comic shop, to reach out directly to Phil Suling in Seagate.
Yeah, that was the one thing I noted, like the interesting insight into the distribution. What is it? It takes 10 days for the comic to be printed, and then a week for it to be distributed. So, that's like 2.5 weeks. Which is crazy that he's able to keep the monthly schedule with that. But I mean, I can only imagine like the headaches of just having to deal with all that crap.
Yeah, very true.
I'm sure that falls on Denny.
Yeah, right. Or at least we hope so, right? She's the publisher. Let's see.
Was there anything that you wanted to note?
Not really. No, it's a pretty bland letters page. Except for, I will say at the very end, someone mentions the next issue is going to have Elrod in it. And Dave responds in Elrod voice, which is always just a pleasure to read. It's not,
How would it be? How would it be if I was to go around and give away every dad blasted thing that's going to happen in the book? Why, inside of 6 months, I wouldn't be able to sell a copy of Cerebus. My life depended on it. I'd be washed up, finished, that is.
Yeah, just great. He's so good at that stuff.
Totally.
And then an ad for the official Cerebus toy mentioned. Sheila Watson and Kitchener. $15 in 1980. Not cheap.
Let's see, $15 in 1980. It is $61.
Wow.
Today's buying power. So yeah, Not
I'd
cheap.
gladly pay that.
Would you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I would be tempted.
Yeah. Normally I ignore the extra pages here from the biweeklies, but because it's Evan Dorkin, I'll point out that there's an Evan Dorkin page.
Yeah.
I'm
Early milk
a
and cheese.
fan. Yeah, really early milk and cheese. Look how raw it looks.
Great.
And I guess we'll go ahead and shill for Mr. Dorkin. A big book of all his work just came out from Dark Horse called Nerd Inferno.
Oh yeah.
600 something pages, has all the milk and cheese, all the Eltingville stuff.
Jeez,
I think pretty much all the stuff from Dork is in there. So
damn, omnibus.
Yeah. So, and affordable too. It's not I think it's like $40, it's not like a $100 book. So anyway,
Damn.
For anyone out there who watches this in the future, I like Evan Dorkin. Go read his work.
Yeah. He needs it.
He does need it, yes. And then the hologram ad. And then we get to here's the really great thing about this that somebody was thoughtful enough to include on the Internet Archive here. And it's the whole issue put together.
Wow, weird.
And I've always wanted to buy a second issue and rip it apart, a second copy, and rip it apart, but I've never done that. So
yeah. Oh, but like now we know it's not just weird abstract. They were fat fingers.
They were fat fingers. Yeah. So only this one page in the middle is kind of weird. Everything else.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I was not expecting that at all. That's amazing.
Yeah. I didn't know if you knew about this or not.
I did not know.
The amount of planning. I mean, look at it. It's
genius. So smart.
The amount of effort he put into this is crazy on a monthly comic.
Wow. Incredible. I had no idea.
Yeah. and all they're not part of the big Cerebus in the middle, of course, but just all his little figures.
Yeah.
It really looks like sort of a Gulliver's Travels or a Smurf village or something where just all these little figures around. But even though it's just a big abstract kind of image, it's a really nice looking, got a Cerebus with a fist, and he's got the Kirby hands up here.
Jeez. Wow, I had no idea. I'm like really blown away by this.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And like I said, while we were talking about it, I wasn't sure if you knew about it or not, but that's the thing is while you're reading it, you kind of just go, well, it's a weird shape for him to be doing this. It doesn't really make sense. It's only when you see it all together. And I don't know how long it took for people to know. I wonder if he mentioned it at some point because who's going to sit there and take it apart to find out,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was going to ask, since you have the bi-weekly, did you read that essay in the bi-weekly? Because the
one up front?
Yeah, the one up front. Because he usually talks about what was going on at that point.
You're right. No, I didn't read it.
Okay.
Here we go. So I won't read the whole thing, but here's how he starts out. So this is from. All right. The introduction below is written for Swords of Cerebus, 6 volumes of which were published reprinting Cerebus 1 through 25. It was written in 1981, so the next year from when this issue appeared.
Okay.
Despite the fact that we printed a letter a while back which featured a sketch of issue number 20's Little Secret, I still meet an astonishing number of Cerebus fans who don't know that the issue assembles into a giant picture of Cerebus. The idea was inspired by Neil Adams' Hidden Head Trick, which, so far as I know, he only did twice. Once on a Ben Casey Sunday page, and once in a Dead Man story in Strange Adventures. The principle of the idea was that you draw a giant headshot close-up of the character, then draw the panels so that unrelated background and foreground elements make up the giant head. It's an exercise in the thinking side of drawing, since the initial layout has to be conformed to, and the composing elements must retain enough individual identity to still communicate the scene in each individual panel.
Wow.
Um,
It's so cool.
yeah. So here I am, freed of all artistic constraints, my income being directly tied to the sales of the book I draw, and I haven't come up with a single idea like the hidden head page. So he was that one. That was when I decided to take it a step further and do a hidden full figure life size of Cerebus. So I guess when you put them all together, you probably do get pretty much close to a full size Cerebus.
Interesting.
Yeah. I got several enormous sheets of newsprint and taped them up on the wall, cutting them so they measured 50 by 60. I then drew the largest picture of Cerebus I had ever done before or since. I inked it very quickly with a thick marker and then cut it. The whole picture into 20 individual pages each, the standard 10 by 15 size.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. And the title, Mind Game, was freely swiped from John Lennon's Mind Games.
Of course, yeah.
And is respectfully dedicated to his memory. So,
oh, right. Yeah, he must have just passed.
He must have just passed. And also interesting because I believe later on he goes on to trash John Lennon as a feminist who was enthralled to Yoko Ono. But at the time, he was still
still a fan. I feel like Dave Sim knows like 3 bands. You know,
that's probably true.
With the Beatles, the Stones, and Pink Floyd.
That's true. And he mentioned that he showed a few pages to Denny and she didn't figure it out.
Can't blame her.
But here's impressive. She didn't figure it out, though. And it wasn't until 2 weeks after the issue came out that I heard about the first fan to figure it out.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the retailer, Harry Krimmer, told me. The fact that anybody figured this out is mind-blowing to me. I saw this somewhere, probably online a long time ago, and that's the only reason I knew. You know, I definitely would have never figured out in a million years on my own. But it's a great looking image, you know.
It is, and a mind game at that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So
wild.
Yeah.
Wow. Dave's thinking. He's a thinker.
He is, and a doer, right? He's he had to actually put in. I mean, you know how it is. You can come up with any good idea you want, but actually sitting down and fucking doing it's the hard part, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he devoted this much time to figuring out and doing it is pretty remarkable.
It is, yeah. Oh man, to be 24 again.
That's right. Okay.
Clear brain. All right.
Well, anything else, Carl? Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody out there, and we'll be back with 21 to find out what Cerebus is doing at the end of a drug trip.
All right. Thanks, guys.